about rounding numbers? So you should have heard about rounding before. Perhaps not so much with decimals. Felix, you're about to burst.
If it's above 5, lift it up.
What does that mean?
Um,
You round the number
up.
up, great.
If it's below 4, you let it go.
Okay. Alright, so if it's 4 or less, and I'll talk about what that means in a sec, we call it rounding down, but we actually leave the number the same. If it's 5 or above, we round it up. Okay, so a couple of things I'm going to introduce to you today. My question says round to 2 decimal places. So the first thing, can you close your device, Nick, please? Now, thanks. Great. The first thing you need to think about is what has the question asked you? So this one says 2 decimal places, but there might be other ways that they show that. So it might be to the hundredths column, round to the nearest hundredth, okay? Or they might say round to the nearest cent, in which case that would be the hundredths column too. Okay, so you need to bear in mind what the question's asking you, and then find where that is in your number. So that's here. So we're calling it making the cut, okay? Felix, put that down, mate. Thank you. But if we're rounding, we're talking about, are we going to change this number here before the cut? But what other number do you actually need, more importantly, to make your decision? Andrew. Right, the next one along. So I'm going to call this the critical number. It's a bit stressful. It's a bit tense. So you're going to think about, is that, Nick, close your device. Close your device. Great. So is that a 0 to 4 or is it a 5 to 9? Is that number 0 to 4 or 5 to 9? Right, thanks, 0 to 4. So I'm gonna round it down, but that means I just leave it the same, okay? So my answer is 15.63. Alright, let's say,
If the number's 5, which way do you round it?
let's do that. Okay, if the number has been changed and it's 15.6357, and I'm still rounding to 2 decimal places, then I'm going to still make my cut here and see where that leaves me. Look at my next number, which is a 5, and then remember which one of these it falls into. So this is a 5, so I'm going to round my number up 1 decimal place. What's this going to be?
4.
Wonderful. Cool. Let's say I change this. Let's say I change it to this. I would still make my cut in my number. Okay, my critical number is the 7 now. That's you. Okay? Do you see how I turned around and knew it was you? So I'm going to look at this, and this falls into this category. It's 5 to 9. So I'm going to round up. My answer that time is 15.63. 6. Thank you. Got it? Just rounding. Simples. 6B, go.